Uh-oh, guys, the Japanese government is going to be investigating Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yes, sir. An actual politician, Satoshi Hamada, is signaling Assassin's Creed Shadows alteration of Japanese history and promotion of Yasuke could be brought before the Japanese Diet. But wait a minute. This goes against all of the narrative that all these wokies and people crying about people upset about Assassin's Creed Shadows are saying. I thought it was only straight white males that are grifters that are upset about this game crying about it. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, I forgot. Woke people don't consider Asian people a minority. They call them white adjacent. Anything to keep moving the goalpost with these idiots that can't see beyond just hating Grums and hating Smash and hating me, and just calling us grifters means they don't like what we're saying. So yeah, the Japanese government might be actually looking into this situation, which could be quite an interesting development in regards to the situation. And again, this ain't grifting, guys. This is the Japanese government. This is the Japanese people genuinely upset over the disrespect and misrepresentation of Japanese history in a game. But go ahead and keep labeling it a grift. Go ahead and keep saying that it's a bunch of angry, straight white men. You guys can't see the forest through the trees. This is nothing that's being made up. This is all 100% accurate. And speaking of gamers being upset, the petition made by Japanese gamers has over 80,000 signatures at this point. Is this going to cancel the game? Again, like I said, no. And I've never called for a boycott. I've never called for a cancellation of this game, but keep it up. If you guys have an issue, especially Japanese gamers, if you feel that this game is misrepresenting you, by all means, keep your voice heard. Keep pushing. Make the tweets. Make the dislikes. Make the comments. You have the right to your opinion. It's not going to cancel this game. This game's already way too close. It's coming out in November. It's coming out, and with that said, no. I never said this means the game's going to automatically be bad just because it's woke. But you know how these people act. They put words in people's mouths. I said that it's fucking cringe to see companies like Ubisoft continue to force feed DEI in a game. It goes more than, and they say it's not as black and white as you think. No, it's not as black and white as you think. Just because there's an African American or a black character or an African character or an Asian or anything that's not white doesn't mean that we automatically feel that it's DEI injected. It's when you purposely force feed it in there. It's when you shoehorn stuff. It's when you embellish stuff like Yasuke's history to literally make him a Japanese hero while he slaughters Japanese people to rap fucking music, that it's forced in, and we don't like that shit. And apparently Japanese gamers don't either, but keep letting people say that it's a grift that this game is getting backlash, guys. Please let them keep that narrative, because all of it is just smashing in their face. And again, petitions really don't do anything, but it still lets people see that your voice is heard. And trust me, Ubisoft can't be that tone deaf to where they don't notice that a whole country's upset at them. A whole country is upset at them. There's no way that they're tone deaf, that, you know, maybe they'll hopefully learn something from the next time, right? So anyways, this article says everything about it. I saw this on Park Place, saw a couple people talk about it, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it. So this politician, Satoshi Hamada, put out a series of tweets and messages today that have been translated, and you know how translation apps and software works. Sometimes it doesn't happen correctly, but they signaled that they might bring up Ubisoft in their upcoming game before the Japanese Diet for altering the country's history, architecture, as well as potentially using AI to generate images of the time period that the game is supposed to be set. So there's a lot of stuff allegedly that will be brought forth literally to the Japanese Diet, which is like their version of what our House of Representatives and Congress and everything are, to my understanding. I don't know Japanese government, but it's a big government body that will take a look at it. So this can't bode well for them. You know, and this is coming fresh off of them having to apologize to a Japanese reenactment organization that is like a historical society for using their flag without permission in the game. And there's other stuff, including art allegedly being put in this game without permission as well. But continuing on, They said that they used DeepL to translate, that Hamada wrote on X, request for opinions. We have received a consultation regarding the alteration of Japanese history by a French game company. We share the consultation below with images. We have also quoted a post that we believe points out the problem with the game in question. We would be happy to receive your comments and suggestions, including specific requests. So, yeah, they are taking note of this. They're getting everything that they can to gather it to take it before the Japanese diet. And again, like I said, this could be a possible huge blow to the game in Japan, at least. I don't know how this would work, if they're able to cancel the game or get it pulled in the country of Japan. Again, this is July. This game comes out in November, so I'm not exactly sure what could happen with it going before the Japanese diet. But regardless of which, the fact that this is being investigated by Japan government is not a good sign and can't be a good sign in any form or fashion. Now, the quoted post reads, "Don't misunderstand why Assassin's Creed is on fire. Black people are the main characters. I don't really care. Non-Japanese people are flaming on their own. I asked a Japanese expert to make it. Messed up seasons, messed up buildings, messed up mannerisms. Did you really listen to him? It's a premiere box with concept art as a bonus. Suspicion of an AI that learned the photos of Japanese period messed up." So again, DeepL translated this, and it's a little bit broken because AI doesn't really work. But from what we're gathering here, he's mentioning that the problem is there's black people as the main characters. The seasons are messed up. The buildings are messed up. Mannerisms. The I guess collector's edition has concept art that doesn't belong in there because it's the flag of a reenactment group and other things like that. They also said that there's Chinese subtitles added to the concept video, and that there's a lot of complaints here. The maker's upset. Don't complain racist. This is where the Japanese get the most upset. The problem is the manufacturer's negligence and not admitting even one of their own mistakes. So they're saying that Ubisoft can't even admit they made mistakes. Again, the translation's pretty broken, but I'm sure if somebody reads Japanese, they could literally translate it in the comments below. That would be a big help. So they're talking about the petition and saying demand that the product doesn't get released. So that, again, is this petition that if you look at it, the reason why it was created, they said the lack of historical accuracy and cultural respect has been a serious problem for game developer Ubisoft, which is scheduled to release Assassin's Creed Shadows. This game is based on the samurai Japan, ignoring the fact that the samurai is the upper class of samurai class and should be, or a person who serves you. In fact, William Adams, the first European to receive the title samurai, was the one who served the Tokugawa Ieyasu as the flag book for 250 stoning. In such history, Ubisoft continues to misunderstand the essence and role of samurai. This is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history and can lead to racism in Asia. We call on Ubisoft to immediately discontinue the launch of the game and show sincere research and respect for Japanese history and culture. So, again, this petition is not going to cancel the game. Let's be real on that. But it's so good to see the Japanese people standing up for themselves and saying, hey, you're misrepresenting our culture, because these people don't know any better. The woke people like to revise history. They like to rewrite it. They like to make it fit whatever their narrative is. They don't like historical accuracy. And that goes into a lot of Western culture as well. If you look what they're doing with American history, and now localization is just ruining everything else worldwide. Anytime a woke localization team gets a hold of any kind of game, they censor stuff, they switch things around, they make characters say and do certain things that weren't the original translation, and it becomes a mess. So this whole petition is gathering attention. When I first covered it, I didn't even think it had 10,000 views. Now it almost has 100,000, and it probably will get it by the end of this week, the rate that it's going. And then you get this thing with the Japanese diet looking into it. Again, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of mistakes with this game. And you can see a few of the reactions on Twitter. Dread Roberts is saying, it would be so funny if this politician investigates Yasuke's history and discovers it was all made up. And we already know they're going to embellish on Yasuke because they even admitted there's enough there to where since he's so unknown, they could use creativity to make a plot, a story that involves Yasuke that they don't want to surprise. I mean, they don't want to spoil anybody on the surprise, which they're probably going to make him related to Ezio somehow. So there's enough mystery there that they could use creative liberty. That was their intent. And not to mention to fill in a checkbox of a black man. Now, continuing on, you can look at other reactions. Somebody posted this. This is a Japanese creator who went the fuck off on the game and why he's upset with it. So I did show a little bit of this, but let's go. Again, he don't look white to me. He don't look like a right-wing Republican to me. So is he a grifter? To anybody crying about people like Grums and myself, is this guy a grifter? Are any of these Japanese people grifters? No, it doesn't fit your narrative, but let's watch.
Interview for Famitsu from Ubisoft. They're speaking about why they decided to use Yasuke Samurai as main character. They're saying, we are first looking for someone who could be our samurai. In other words, someone who could become our eyes despite not being Japanese.
So purposely right there, they said they want somebody to be their samurai, not Japan samurai, not something that's historically accurate to Japanese people that they wouldn't feel disrespected on. Again, forced DEI. That's all it is. Oh, he's not white. Good, let's throw him in there. That's what it comes down. That's what they think. But it's a grift if we say it.
Really? They say that. And after that part went to viral in X, they deleted. But, okay, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say that again. This is racist as. We are first looking for someone who could be our samurai. In other words, someone who could become our eyes despite not being Japanese.
So this individual saying that is racist as fuck. And that's what DEI does, guys. And not to mention, it was exposed quite a while ago that the literal lead writer of games like Outlaws and even Assassin's Creed Shadows, they have people that think it's not racist to be racist against white people. They have community managers who think the same thing. You're seeing all these weird employees that have all this weird wokeness attached to their Twitter accounts that are spewing a lot of hatred, and they're labeling us as right-wing grifters and bigots and the racists when they're literally saying stuff like you can't be racist against white people. In the meantime, they're disrespecting Japanese culture. Where's the grift in this? Because I'm not seeing it. Now, you can see IGN mentioned the apology that they used a flag. They used a flag from a Japanese historical reenactment group. They had to apologize, and it's not going to be in the game. It's only going to be in the printed art book and physical, I guess, in the collector's edition. They had to take this out of the game. And what's funny is they're using a historical reenactment group's flag in a game that takes place in ancient Japan. Shows they did zero research. Zero research in the game to put that in there. They had to apologize with their tail between their legs. Now, let's look at other things. They're talking about it right here. They literally stole it, and they were contemplating legalities about it. This is a game where they have a black character cutting the heads, literally decapitating Japanese people in the game to rap music. Somebody okayed that. Somebody okayed that. And then there's other allegations too. There's a scene in Assassin's Creed Shadow where Yasuke is writing on a scroll from the bottom up, which is not how scrolls work. This person says it's hilarious how everything we're seeing from this game portraying Japan just seems to be fumbling the ball at every turn. And that's what happens when you have people that really don't care about other people's histories and other people's cultures. They just want to make everything their agenda. They can't do anything right when it comes to this game. And you can see this is a great summary from Grumps right here. Japanese anger over AC Shadows is exploding. Ubisoft's defenders and even the CEO would have you believe the Japanese outrage over Assassin's Creed Shadows is just a bunch of Western racists, which it's not. because Japanese YouTubers are speaking out and they are mad. Japanese AC fans view this as their one chance to play as a Japanese man in an AC game, and they were robbed and will never get this chance again. Oh, cry me about it. The game's still gonna sell good. Who cares if y'all's petition happens? That's all the fucking wokies have, just sitting and crying. Meanwhile, they're the ones calling us crybabies and grifters. What do you got to say about the Japanese people upset about it? Please tell me. On top of that, Ubisoft CEO called them racist and hateful for saying so. Ubisoft pandered, but not to the Japanese. They continue to insult them by mixing up plant seasons and even using Chinese characters for Japanese names. So, I mean, there's so much that they've gotten wrong in this, and you can look at these videos that are up on YouTube by Japanese creators. Not right-wing grifters, by the way. Actual Japanese people. And here we go. The lead writer. This is the lead writer for Assassin's Creed Shadows. You got it all. Pronouns in bio. You got little emojis. She's written fucking racist shit against white men and writing stuff against men in general. Obviously hates male gamers. Same attitude as people like Alyssa Mercante. These people are literally infecting the gaming industry. But we're the ones intimidated by females and stuff when they're the ones that are literally all the fucking same. They're literally all clones of each other. And again, they're getting roasted left and right on the internet, even in their comment sections. It's so sad to see. Go look at the videos of Assassin's Creed trailers. Look at the dislikes. Look at the comment sections. Are they all, these people would lead you to believe that all the people hating on this are all morons that listen to grifters that are unintelligent, that they can't think for themselves. No, it's because we're outside of your echo chamber. That's what it is. Continuing on, speaking of the dislikes and stuff, this was an older tweet, but at the time, look at that. 2.6K likes to 24K dislikes for the trailer. The Japanese trailer, the Ubisoft Japan trailer. Ubisoft Japan. Someone again tell me how Japanese gamers mad at this means it's right-wing grifters. Please tell me. And I just wanted to showcase one ignorant wokey comment right here from a Sean D. Knight. All right. These types of guys, they're all the same. They hate gamers, but they think that their voice matters. He said, not surprising how the stupid, ignorant, and racist will give their knee-jerk comments to try to dismiss any valid talking points and then get triggered when called out. Always funny to witness. So is it racist to buy Assassin's Creed Shadows? Yes, it is. Right? And then he's leaving a article called Ubisoft Assassin's Creed Shadows, a DEI grift that's racist, sexist, and exemplifies cultural appropriation. No, I don't think... I don't think it is, but of course, you can see him saying all these grifts, people complaining about it, and that they're wrong because he was a real-life historical samurai. Everything to just fit the narrative, right? They won't admit. I mean, literal Japanese government is going to be investigating this. If that politician takes it to the Japanese diet, Japan government will be looking at this. But it's all a grift, right? It's all a right-wing Republican grift. Never mind that Japanese people are legitimately pissed and that we got nearly 100,000 signatures on a thing that Japanese people made. We can't consider that to be accurate, right? Bunch of idiots.